It's natural to become attached to things that feel good and familiar in our lives. But what God has in store for us is far greater than we can imagine. Sometimes, we have to let go to make room for His blessings. In every painful experience, there's a hidden gift, and sometimes that gift is the breakup we never wanted. You may have to release someone you care about so that God can bring the person you truly need into your life. Trust that what God removes from your life was never meant to stay. He sees things you cannot, hears conversations you aren't privy to, and understands moves you wouldn't make. When relationships begin to unravel, don't lose hope or give up. Instead, play the music of faith. God places people in our lives for a purpose, but not all are meant to be with us forever. Some are only there to help us transition from one phase to another. When the storm of life takes away what you thought was permanent, a job, a home, or a relationship, it's easy to feel like a failure. But remember, these were temporary blessings. If they were meant to stay, they wouldn't have left. We often get attached to the shape our lives once had, believing that if it changes, we won't reach our destination. But every blessing doesn't last forever, and every friend isn't meant to be a lifelong companion. When people leave, don't dwell on what was. If they were essential to your future, they would have stayed. Loyalty is a virtue, but it also has an expiration date. Some people simply don't belong in the next chapter of your life. It's time to recognize when a season is over and let go, even when it's difficult. Imagine your life as a boat that's at full capacity. If you keep holding on to everything and everyone from the past, you risk sinking. Ask yourself if you're mentally, spiritually, and emotionally fulfilled in your current relationships. If not, it might be time to move on. You may have run into someone you used to be with and wondered, "What was I thinking?" That's a clear sign that loyalty has run its course. Though it's hard to let go, especially when you've invested so much, dragging people from your past into your future can prevent you from receiving the greater things God has planned for you. Life is full of closed doors and betrayals, but remember, God never shuts a door without opening a better one. Even when it feels like you're moving backward, trust that it's all part of His plan. Stay calm and keep the faith, knowing that everything is happening according to His purpose. The problems you face now are setting you up for something greater. When you shift your perspective and see challenges as opportunities, you'll realize that every setback is a setup for a comeback. God's timing is perfect, and His plans are far beyond what we can imagine. Sometimes, He'll ask you to make a faith move, to let go of what's good so that you can receive what's better. Like Jordan, who had to release someone he loved to receive God's greater blessing, we all have to make tough decisions. But these decisions prepare us for the next level, building the strength, humility, and character needed to sustain the blessings God has in store. We often carry our past around, believing that's all God has for us. It's hard to dream of the future when you're holding on to what's behind. But to receive God's immeasurable blessings, you must be willing to let go. Trust Him enough to surrender the known securities of your life for the unrevealed mysteries of His grace. Clearing out space in your life allows God to fill it with His best. What are you holding on to that's keeping you from what God wants to give you? It's time to make room for the good things you desire. Many of us long for meaningful relationships but can't receive them because we're still clinging to the past. You can't move forward while looking backward. Every ending is a new beginning in disguise. Life is too short to live in the past. You may have been through a divorce, financial hardship, or other difficult experiences, but dwelling on them only robs you of the present. The past is gone, and there's nothing you can do to change it. Instead of letting it dictate your future, let it go and embrace the now. The future is bright, but you won't see it if you're too busy staring at the past. God sees what you've been through, and He knows what you've lost. If you let go, He will make it up to you by giving you beauty for ashes. You're closer to your promise than you think, just one faith move away. Let go of the relationship, mindset, or past mistake that's holding you back. Forgive those who have wronged you, and release the shame, guilt, and regret that weigh you down. You can't reach your full potential if you're burdened by negative emotions. Even though you don't know what tomorrow holds, you can rest in the knowledge that God does. What's behind you is nothing compared to what He has in store for you. The windshield of life is large because what's in front of you is far more important than what's behind. Tonight, release the past and step into the future with faith. Whether it's a mindset, habit, or relationship, let go and trust God to fill your life with His goodness. The best is yet to come.